Welcome, Taurus, to the weekly astrology overview and zodiac forecast for week commencing the 2nd of March. Going to share with you, first of all, the big themes of the week. On screen, your event chart on Monday. What does that tell us? I'll then go through each of the influences frame by frame to give you a clear picture of what you can expect in terms of relationships, energy, work, and money. I'm astrologer Patrick Arundel. A very warm welcome. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, please do so now. Mars is going to be moving later on Monday into the part of your chart to do with your long-term future. Mars, of course, is an energy of urgency, but Mercury, the planet of communication, is also in that area. So it's going to be important for you to be aligning with the right people. So this is a week which can provide some opportunities to connect with some exciting people, but can also see you become much more aware of who's not truly right for you. We have a total lunar eclipse on Tuesday, providing a dynamic backdrop for the next 6 months too. What does that mean? And then your ruler Venus moves into your 12th house on Friday. On screen, your event chart. Pluto is continuing to give you thoughts about transforming your connection to the world. Over the last 6 weeks, Mars has given you a lot of extra thrust and confidence. But on Monday, early on, Mars is still in an agitated right angle with Uranus. But with the moon in Leo, Uranus is forging a T-square to those two positions. I think you could feel a little bit on edge trying to balance your professional and home and emotional situation as we come into the new week. Later on Monday, Mars makes his way into the sign of Pisces. Now, it is a more subterranean place for Mars to be, but if you are someone who's a creative, the combination of the energy of Mars and the artistry of Pisces can be very good for you longer term. But Mercury, the planet of communication, is still tracking backwards. So even if there are some connections you want to make, changes of plan are possible too. Your ruler, however, is supported by Uranus at the start of this week. And that's where those connections to bright-minded and interesting people can really grab your attention. But the eclipse on Tuesday, the total lunar eclipse for you, is really asking you this question, Taurus. Whatever you're doing at the moment, whether it's around a relationship, whether it's around your social life, or around your work, are you really getting pleasure from it? And if you're not, that's the big question you'll need to ask yourself over the next half year. Jupiter, however, the planet of positivity, is going to be aspected by the sun as the week goes on. So if you are someone who has got some exciting plans, they can gain traction for sure. I feel the big standout for me, for you personally, is with Venus connecting with Neptune and Saturn at the end of this week. If there is anyone around you you're not really sure of, whether it's a fair weather friend, whether it's a professional role you have, or it is in a more romantic context, you could find yourself just withdrawing a little bit despite all this upbeat vibe and just giving yourself time to think, is this really what I truly want? So that can create some food for thought. And to be frank, in the very most extreme cases, if a relationship is really bumping along the bottom, it could come to an end as this week comes to a close. To understand what March holds for you, please click on the link on the left-hand video and you can watch your deep dive. To understand what the Mercury retrograde means for your sign through to March the 20th, please click on the right-hand screen. And if you would like to have a one-to-one with me, please check out my testimonials below. You can also take advantage of my unique offer of your personal forecast and life roadmap report, totally unique to you. And at the checkout, please apply Astro 26 and you'll get 50% off. If you'd like to understand more about the draconic version of those charts, very much to do with your soul karmic journey, please apply Draco 26 at the checkout.